of us. We request all the delegates to keep their mobile phones and all electronic gadgets in silent mode. If you're not able to switch off, at least in a silent mode, please. We request you to wear this delegate badge that has been given to you. That's got a distinct number, and I'll tell you why it is there. Please check it out, and if anybody doesn't have a number, please let me know, because then you will miss out something. We have a galaxy of speakers from all over the country addressing the delegates during this convention. The profile of the distinguished speakers at the convention can be viewed on the program sheet that has been given to you. So when you registered there, you would have been given a small bag, a PKC bag. In that, there is a program sheet. That program sheet has got 4 QR codes. One of the QR codes will tell you who the profile of the speakers are. We have attractive gift hampers for all those who have taken time off and attending this convention. So after your lunch, when you leave, we would like to hand over the gift hampers to you. At that point of time, we will request you to return these badges to us. We can also use it once again in terms of sustainability. We thank the sponsors of the gift hampers, Nestle, Kevin Care, Timelinks, Kaveri Coffee, Murugappa Group, Gingerbread, Prakash Kochar and Co., who has given us this attractive bag, Sankalp Taru, an organization that works for a green environment, and those who have given us the mementos today, Sona College Salem, Naturals and Go Colors, who have generously sponsored the gift hampers. Additionally, now this is very important, additionally, we have certain attractive gifts immediately after the tea break. Now, this will be presented based on the draw of lots. Please note that the numbers printed on the delegate badge will be called out during the lucky draw, and the participants who are available in the hall will be requested to claim the gifts. Now, when we call out the participant's number, if that participant is not available in the hall for some other reason, because we have to catch up with time, then the gift will move on to the next person who is available in the hall. So please be back as soon as the tea is over, so that we all can participate in the lucky draw. During each of these sessions, participants could send in their questions on digital mode. So there is a QR code once again for the sending the questions. Your feedback is very valuable for us. Please scan the exclusive QR code for providing the feedback. So there are 3 QR codes which I have told you just now. One is for sending the feedback, second is for the questions, and third is for the profile of the speakers. So one very important thing, we have 2 restrooms on this floor, one right next outside this hall and the one slightly away, which is originally a gents toilet but has been converted into a ladies restroom today. Make use of that. And there are 2 women restrooms on the 2nd floor and 3rd floor as well. So please make use of all these restrooms. And few gentlemen who are available here, please note that the gentlemen's restroom has been converted into women's restroom today. So please make use of the restroom available on the 2nd floor. Yeah. Right, sir. Good. So I request all of you to settle down. You are all set to go for the MMA Women Managers Convention 2024 on the theme Level Up. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are commencing the Women Managers Convention 2024. May I request the dignitaries to take their place on the dais. Mr. Shankar, Senior Vice President MMA and Director Axis Investments Private Limited. Mr. Mahalingam, President MMA, Partner Director TSM Group of Companies. Ms. Mridula Ramesh, Convention Chairperson, CEO Sundaram Climate Institute. Mrs. Nirmala Lakshman, Chairperson the Hindu Group. Honorable Mrs. Justice Srimati, Madras High Court, and Group Captain R. Vijay Kumar. I think the claps are not good enough. Thank you. Let's keep this growing throughout the day today. all good things should commence with some divine blessings so that the entire program goes off well. Ladies and gentlemen, we commence this inaugural session with a prayer song followed by Tamil Thai Varthu. May I request the audience to rise, please.
ನಿಸದನಿ ಪಮರಿ ಗಮರಿಸ ಗಣನಾಥನೆ ಗುಣಬೋಧನೆ ಗಣನಾಥನೆ ಗುಣಬೋಧನೆ ಗಜಮಾಮುಖ ಗದಿನಿಯಯ್ಯ ಗಣನಾಥನೆ குணபோதனே இணையே இல்லா பெரும் வாழ்வினை இனி தேடுமோ தனி நாயகா கணநாதனே குணபோதனே சதுர்வேதங்கள் ஓம் ஓம் என துதி பாடிடும் பரஞ்சோதியே பதமாமலர் பணிந்தேனையா பதமாமலர் பணிந்தேனையா பரிந்தே அருள் செய்வாய் நெய்யாய் கணநாதனே குணபோதனே.
Thank you, Ms. Padmaja. Please stay on. May I now request the chief guest to present a bouquet to Ms. Padmaja. Once again. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the formal part of the event now. Mr. K. Mahalingam is President, Madras Management Association. May I have the AV, please.
Mr. Mahalingam, President, MMA, and Partner Director at TSM Group of Companies, is a distinguished leader and investor with over 35 years of experience. Graduating from NIT Trichy and earning PGDM from IIM Calcutta, he transformed TS Mahalingam and Sons into a prominent automobile aftermarket brand and diversified its interests into finance, real estate, and angel investing, and pioneered third-party loan distribution. As an impactful president of various alumni and management associations, he leads significant projects and fundraising efforts while also serving as an active angel investor, mentoring aspiring entrepreneurs.
May I now invite Mr. Mahalingam to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, ladies and a few gentlemen. It is indeed my privilege to extend my warm welcome to the Madras Management Association's Women Managers Convention 2024. We're going to try something different. I'd like to start my welcome address with a short thank you note. Thank God I'm a committee member. Thank God I'm an office bearer, without which I don't think I would have got a seat here today. We had to close registrations much in advance and publicized it so that we didn't have to say no to people. We had to, I think it's IPL season and I think it's easier to get IPL tickets than seats at the Madras Management Association Convention. So thank you all for landing up in such large numbers. Thank you. Vijay Kumar, I think next year we should have a screen outside for people to watch. Esteemed guests, distinguished speakers, invitees, past presidents, delegates from corporates, industry, management professionals, and my colleagues from the management committee, members of the media, viewers watching this convention live from all over the world. Actually, we get, our last event here had some 25,000 views. We should mention that because the number of online viewers is increasing rapidly, and given the content of this event, I think we'll cross that number. A warm welcome to the MMA Women Managers Convention 2024 on the theme Level Up. MMA Women's Managers Convention is a celebration of womanhood, and I take this opportunity to extend a hearty welcome to our chief guest, Ms. Nirmala Lakshman, chairperson of the Hindu group. Thank you so much for taking time off and coming. And Honorable Justice Ms. Srimati, Madras High Court. Thank you again. I understand you come all the way from Madurai for this. Really touched. Thank you so much. I also welcome the distinguished speakers of all the 4 sessions who so kindly agreed to join us this morning and share their views. Many of them are my friends and many of them traveled long distances to be here. Thank you so much for taking the time and taking the trouble. Thank you again. We really look forward to inspiring sessions today. It's really very heartening to address such a large energy packed with so much energy. Not surprised, given the theme, the speakers and the sessions. Look at the theme Level Up. It's so resonant with the mood of the nation today, especially the women. 2 words that come to my mind are aspiration and ambition, and all of you here, aspiring and ambitious, are raring to go many levels up. I think the theme really resonates with the mood of the nation and the mood of the women of the country today. We have actually a fighter pilot who goes many levels up on a daily basis though. Look at the speakers. A media group head, a high court judge, a columnist speaker, an author, a motivational speaker, a writer and diversity champion, a champion of the disabled, an award-winning architect. Always a problem. I stick it together. Okay. A 2-time Olympian, a fighter pilot, a HR expert, a management consultant. All this put together by a convention chairperson, Ms. Mridula Ramesh, who's a sustainability champion and a well-known expert on green insurance. With the support and knowledge of Ms. Sharanya Modi, who's our knowledge partner, she's done actually a wonderful job supporting us through this, and the organizing committee and the office bearers. What can we expect when we put these kind of people together on stage and on a single platform? Wisdom distilled from years of experience and sheer inspiration. So I'm looking for both today. Look at the sessions, each one curated with topics and speakers offering uniquely different perspectives. I'm sure that the speakers and sessions will inspire all of us to reach much higher levels in whatever we are doing. A few numbers about MMA. I like saying this every time because it makes me feel very, very proud. Started in 1956, now around, I think that's 68 years old. 8,000 plus members, 10 chapters, 700 plus programs a year, and most importantly, 14 years running the best management association in the country. Speaking to Vijay Kumar last evening, I said you should add another number which is significant actually. He said you could add another 4,800 square feet of land, all of us can see there, a new parking lot acquired recently by us and designed and decorated beautifully by our invocation singer Ms. Padmaja. I think you should take a look when you step out for lunch or something. Shankar and I wish to dedicate this parking lot to the future of MMA. An afterthought actually, there's somebody was telling me when we was coming in that we should have had a mail. I think that mail should have been Vijay Kumar because he's taken MMA many levels up. He could have given us enough inputs on how to take things. Thank you, Group 10 Vijay Kumar. You and your team rock. I'm sure all of us are going to have an awe-inspiring morning. I am ready to level up, and I'm sure all of you are too. More power to men, women, more power to the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mahalingam, for setting the context. Ladies and gentlemen, these kind of conventions do not happen unless you have a very good leader who puts together the convention. Ms. Mridula Ramesh is the chairperson of this convention today. May I have the AV, please?
Ms. Mridula Ramesh is the award-winning author of the critically acclaimed books The Climate Solution and Watershed. She is also the founder of the Sundaram Climate Institute, which focuses on waste and water solutions. She is an active cleantech angel investor with a portfolio of over 20 startups and is involved with several initiatives to spur climate tech entrepreneurship. A graduate with distinction from Cornell University and an MBA from the Kellogg School of Management, Mridula worked at McKinsey in Silicon Valley and currently serves as the executive director of Sundaram Textiles.
May I now call upon Ms. Mridula Ramesh to provide an overview of the convention.
Good morning. I hope you can hear me. No, it's really great to see so many women here from different ages, different backgrounds. Welcome. It'll make me happy. I'm not going to take very long, primarily because I want to listen to the fabulous women who are following. And I'll just say what I hope you get out of this conference. Look, there's no sugarcoating it. I think India's female labor force participation has always been a problem, right? We've seen some improvement in the recent years, which is good. But let me put that in context. The percentage of urban women who work, okay, is less than that of Saudi Arabia's. That's a problem, right? And we can have, there are many, I think, reams of paper written on it. But that was sort of the guiding thought between, in terms of how we shape this conference. There's many things, security, policy, all of that is there. But it's like two hands. All policy, everything that happens outside is one. But what happens inside your mind is as important. It's the second hand. And this is something I tell my team every day. Every day in our meeting, I say, look, if there is a problem, it's a thinking problem. It's something inside your mind that typically has to shift. To make that shift in your mind is not easy. Not easy at all. It takes, I think it's more than anything else, it takes courage. Right? And courage is not easy. Otherwise, everybody would have it. But one thing I think that helps in getting that courage, and that is inspiration. And that is what this convention today is all about. To give you an inspiration to make that mental shift, not just in yourself, but in the women around you. Because change is most definite when it happens locally and is led locally. So you are going to hear from two important, representatives of two important pillars of democracy. The judiciary and the press, right? Without that, you can't have a vibrant democracy that India is. You're going to hear from a fighter pilot. My daughter, if she, this is what she's looking forward to. You're going to hear from a two-time Olympian. You're going to hear from an architect. You're going to hear from authors. You're going to hear from HR professionals. You're going to hear from a woman who inspired me at the end. So I think this is, I leave it to you that, come, if you take one thing away from today, just get inspired and go and share the story with one other woman. That's all I would ask you today. I would be remiss if I didn't thank the people who I worked alongside with. Because look, they can say leader and all that. That's a very fanciful title when you've got a team like MMA to work with. I think group captain, where are you? Oh, okay. Group captain is there. Our president, who is a social network of his own, is there. And all the other people of the committee. This is a team effort. So thank you. Thank the team. And like you, I look forward to being inspired today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Mridula, for setting the tone, and you said it there, that the convention is nothing but an inspiration for all the ladies who are going to join here today. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Honorable Justice Ms. Srimati amongst us today. We are indeed privileged. May I have the AV, please?
Honorable Mrs. Justice Srimati completed her schooling at Holy Cross Girls Higher Secondary School, Trichy, and graduated in law from Trichy Law College in 1989. Her practice spanned various areas, including civil and criminal laws, taxation, and writ matters. She worked with prominent legal practitioners across India, gaining expertise in diverse domains. Justice Srimati served as a mediator and held pivotal roles as standing counsel for governmental bodies, financial institutions, and corporations. Her extensive legal experience and dedication to public service mark her as a notable figure in the legal fraternity.
It is my privilege now to invite Honorable Justice Srimati to deliver the keynote address.
Good morning, all. First, I thank Mridula for inviting me to address this gathering. First, I was very much hesitant to accept it because I've never been to such gatherings and I have not been a socialized person, so I'm a bit nervous. I thank Mr. Mahalingam, Captain Vijay Kumar, Ms. Nirmala Lakshmanan, and Mr. Shankar on the dais, as well as all the speakers in this special session, and people who are sitting here and who are watching online. The topic is a wonderful topic for all the aspirants. MMA is a wonderful platform for women to share their thoughts, opinions, insights, experience, and how they overcome their struggle to level up. I have come from a field of law, and I'm a first-generation lawyer, now as a judge. The law profession is dominated by men. I think here, men or less, I'm very thankful. A lawyer's day would start with the preparation for the day's case in the morning, then address the courts, then meet the litigants in the evening, again prepare the brief in the late evening and a late night sleep. Literally, family life takes a backseat, and for men lawyers itself, it is the same position. Therefore, the lawyers would not be available for the family members. Hence, women lawyers' family would have a greater role for the success of a women lawyer, where the family would be her shadow. Of course, the family role is more since the lawyers will be among the litigants. They are fierce litigants fighting with each other. At times, lawyers would step into the shoes of the litigants and they will treat as if it is their personal fight. Finally, they will be exhausted, drained, no energy. And the family is to back them, to regain, stabilize them mentally also, because they are exhausted physically and mentally. Therefore, the first level up for any lawyers, any women lawyers, would be the family. The family is very, very essential for first level up, first step. As I said earlier, law profession is male dominated. Hence, reaching prominence itself is difficult. Women need to put double or triple their efforts to shine. General perspective is women lawyers are good at family matters alone. In order to break this myth, I refrained from taking any family disputes. I concentrated on other fields of law. I started specialized fields like municipal laws, electricity laws, income tax laws, customs, and excise. Hence, choosing the right specialization in your field is another factor for level up. The law profession is a unique profession. It is difficult to state by the lawyer that a case would win or lose, since losing or winning a case would depend upon the person who is sitting as a judge. But the lawyers would have a fighting spirit which makes them to file appeals to high courts. And until he gets a favorable orders, he keeps fighting. The lawyer would have a guts to state that the judge is incorrect in rendering the judgment this way or the other way. Because of this quality of courage, boldness, standing for a cause, lawyer would be the first to raise their voice against any public issues. Hence, their role in democracy is essential and significant. It is because of this quality, in freedom fight, most of the persons who led the fight would be lawyers. Hence, the collective voice in our field, that is teamwork, which is another tool for level up. When we devote our time to our profession with a passion by 24/7, the impact would be on the health. As a judge, we have work by 24/7, that too our mobility is limited, and the impact on the health is more. We women ignore our health, ignore the symptoms of the health, and end up having health issues. Good physical health leads to good mental health. Our Bharatiya Yoga explains it as Panchakosh, which means 5 body of consciousness: Annamaya, physical body; Pranamaya, life force; Manomaya, emotional; Vijnanamaya, wisdom; and Anandamaya, bliss. Hence, maintaining physical and mental health is paramount for any level up. There is a famous saying in Tamil, "Suvar irundaldan chitram varaya mudiyum." So, physical and mental health is absolutely important for any level up. While aiming for a level up, we would come across some setbacks, obstacles, challenges, and would stuck in the middle of the pipeline, and the destiny would be out of reach. In such situation, take a break. Tell yourself this challenge is an opportunity to learn a lesson. Then proceed like a river. Wherever pit is there, level fills the pit and flows. Whenever huge stone is there, it deviates and flows. Whenever small stones, it takes along with it and flows. While aiming for level up, we would come across distraction and deviation as well. While handling the cases, I have come across some women who have lost track towards their goal. A MCA student had an aspiration to achieve a great height in the computer field. After marriage, she lost track of her goal and wasted 15 years of her prime life. Whenever marriage is not working, take a decision at the earliest. Don't waste time. But nowadays, the spouses are fighting to hurt each other, to take revenge on each other. In the process, both waste their energy. Whenever we are angry, just observe the body. Body temperature would increase. Acidity, ulcer, and other complications. Whenever there is distraction and deviation, shed the unnecessary issues. Save your energy. Bounce back with a bang. Save energy and spend energy for your level up rather than wasting it on unnecessary issues. All these are for personal. Now coming to the social level up. I'm listing out only 3 things which you can concentrate, contemplate. Rural and urban distinction is there. We have to concentrate to level each. And eco-friendly ought to be the other motto. And latest is narcotics. It is spoiling the entire society, and each one of us have the role to contribute. I'm not going to give you any how to tackle it and other things, but it should start from the family. I admire each one of here because all are having some aspirations to achieve, or somebody have already achieved, and I bow them before you. In Vedic period, from Lobamutra, I hope you have heard this name. No. Lobamutra? Anything else? Who is she? Agasthyara patti namakku ellarkum theriyum. Why we are not identifying her wife? It's so sad, no? She has did extensive research in sound engineering. And other persons like Gosha, Maitri, Garg, etc. Then from Velu Nachar to Vijayalakshmi Pandit, from Indira Gandhi to Draupadi Murmu, from Anantibai Gopal Rao Josh, who is the first allopathy doctor, Roshni Sharma, first women bike rider from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, and latest Miss Pragya, who is offered admission in the master degree in the law in 6 foreign universities with scholarship. Her background is a very humble background. Her father is employed as a cook in residence of a judge. So, to sum up, women bring a unique blend of empathetic leadership, strategic vision, fostering inclusive workplace where diverse voices are heard and valued, ultimately driving innovation and organizational success. However, the same could be achieved with a supporting family, right to specialization in our field, collective voice, avoid unnecessary fights, and save energy. But the paramount is good physical and mental health. With this, I conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Justice, for this inspirational thoughts this morning. Going forward, may I now invite Group Captain Vijay Kumar, Executive Director, MMA. May I have his AV, please.
Group Captain R. Vijay Kumar, retired VSM, is the Executive Director of the Madras Management Association, MMA. He was awarded the Vishisht Seva Medal by the President of India for his outstanding service in the Indian Air Force. Under his dynamic leadership, MMA has been declared the best management association in India by IMA for 14 times in a row, including for the year 2020 to 23. An avid golfer, he represented India in top international tournaments, and he also serves on the executive committee of St. John Ambulance Association and PS Educational Society, while presiding over PS Matriculation School, North, SRKM, Mylapore.
May I now invite Group Captain Vijay Kumar to make a special announcement regarding the MMA business mandate.
Thank you, Venkat. Good morning, ladies and ladies. It's always a pleasure. This one event I really enjoy putting together every year because you are so disciplined. Sharp 9:30, you are all here. The hall is full. My guys are struggling to find seat. Big round of applause to you. Lovely. That shows the full power of MMA Women Convention Committee, not MMA. I can assure you that. MMA comes out with an eagerly awaited news magazine, Business Mandate, with the leadership of over 90,000. Our leadership includes leading business groups in South India, dynamic medium-scale companies, and reputed professionals from various industries. In addition to MMA members, the business mandate is circulated among notable opinion makers, industry leaders, senior government officials, multi-group nationals, management students, and host of distinguished personalities. It's indeed my proud privilege to be associated with business mandate for the last 17 years in a row and still going. MMA has adapted to leveraging technology with a variety of unique online initiatives, including the state-of-art digital magazine, which we'll be releasing in just a while now, which features embedded videos, digital magazines, got several distinctive features. On the occasion of the MMA Women Convention Committee and Women Convention 2024, we have brought out a very special issue of the magazine consisting of interesting articles for the benefit of our readers. My request to you for your attention to the screen to know more about the features. I really urge upon you, start watching them. It's free. It reaches you every month. May I have the AV, please? That's the mandate for you. Thank you, dignitaries. The mandate has already been delivered to your inbox, and we are given you a program. The QR code is given there. Just scan them, download. You like it, you send your like and your mail ID, and it will reach your inbox every month on the 1st without fail. And we have got some very inspiring articles this month, including Mr. Chandrasekharan's talk. I really urge upon each one of you to really read that. Besides that, we also got something for women, very, very special, how to manage stress. Though you really don't have to worry about it, you manage it so well anyway. Because we have written an article, please read it and share your feedback. It will be very interesting. I also have another pleasant job to do this morning. Madras Management Association has been organizing MMA Outstanding Women Manager of the Year annually ever since 1996. The competition is held every year as a prelude to the MMA Women Managers Convention on the same theme of the convention and is restricted to the women managers below the age of 58 years. The MMA competition for women managers is a platform to exhibit the talent, leadership skills, and thereby win recognition for the potential to exceed and excel wherever, whichever field they are in. The competition provides unique opportunity to women managers to demonstrate their knowledge, creativity, experience, professional prowess to become the leaders of tomorrow. The competition this year was held in person at MMA Management Center as a prelude to the convention on the theme Level Up. On 25 women managers participated in the competition, and the jury has been selected from various very carefully. They are the one who evaluated the written as well as the oral presentation. Now, may I have the AV, please? Chitra is a winner. She is coming from Salem and she's an Indian Railway officer. She's coming by train. Because she's coming by train, she's going to reach in time, but she's reaching little later to the auditorium. I think we'll have to wait. We'll try and give her the award before the end of the inaugural session. Thank you so much for your patient attendance. Really indeed a pleasure to have you with us this morning.
Thank you, sir, for the special announcement about the Indian Railways as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Ms. Nirmala Lakshman. Once again, we are privileged to have her with us this morning, chairperson of the Hindu group. May I have the AV, please?
Nirmala Lakshman is the chairperson of the board of directors of the Hindu group of publications. Ms. Lakshman holds a PhD in postmodern literature and has more than 4 decades of experience as an editor, writer, and strategist for the Hindu group of publications. During her tenure as joint editor of the Hindu, she led the relaunch of several feature sections and the creation of new ones, including the Hindu Literary Review, Young World, and the Hindu in School. She is the founder and curator of Lit for Life, the Hindus Literary Festival. Ms. Lakshman also served as the chairperson of Kasturi Media Limited, KML, the publishers of the Hindu Tamil Thisai.
May I now invite Mrs. Nirmala Lakshman to address the delegates, please.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Somebody remarked that they're happy to see women. I would also like to say that we'd like to see more men being involved in meetings like this. But given the leadership of people like Mr. Mahalingam and Group Captain Vijay Kumar, I think MMA is going to achieve very creatively much more than support for women like you. And may I just start by saying morning, everyone, and thank you very much for this opportunity to be here to address this wonderful gathering. And I'd like to say that I would like to, that I am an old connection of MMA, thanks to Group Captain Vijay Kumar. I knew him about a decade ago, and we've been in touch off and on, but it's a privilege to be back here and to see that the institute has grown so much. As Mridula said earlier, the fact is that MMA is the fulcrum, I think, of bringing the two hands together. She spoke about how the things exist in theory and practice, and there's something else that's not quite there, but I think MMA managed to put things together. So very grateful for this opportunity to be here. Thank you again, Mr. Mahalingam, Mr. Shankar, the dignitaries, and Bibila for inviting me, and Dr. Justice Srimati for a very, very enlightening address. Thank you, Group Captain, my old friend. And it's great to see also, the other thing that I noticed was the business mandate, which is something that we do, those kind of things that we have business line and we have our own business pages. But I think business mandate seems to have excelled the work that we all do with a big team of leaders. So congratulations on that. I'm very interested in this theme, leveling up. And we all know that International Women's Day has just passed. And every year it's marked globally and to celebrate women. But I believe that International Women's Day should not be just one day of token celebration of all the wonderful things that women do. I think it's important that every day should be Women's Day. So I'm sure all of you agree with that. And I think that it's important, it is organizations like this that kind of bring that home to all women managers and all managers across corporates and across different kinds of jobs and fields of experience. Despite progress in technology, despite things like AI and other advancements and global connectivity also, I find that it's quite tragic. I think Mridula touched on this, that there's not been much progress in terms of women's work and the appreciation and the value of their work more than anything else. So we feel that women who are privileged with education and other opportunities have fewer obstacles. But as in my case, I had to deal with a host of adversarial situations before I could make any headway in my own professional life. I think that I came through a challenging scenario over many decades because of a certain stubbornness, and I hope all of you have that stubbornness, which is what will take you a long way. I think just the persistence and to stand your ground so that you can move forward in the work that you do, not just in your houses and in your homes, but also in your offices and wherever you work. I had faith also in the kind of capabilities that one can recognize in oneself and feel that, despite overwhelming situations, it's important to, as I said, stand your ground. And there will be progress. I assure you there will be breakthroughs and things that you feel. That leveling up is also about leveling up yourself with your own qualifications, with your own standards. And also, it's not just about you. It's about other people who should level up. Men should level up to meet you and your expectations. And I think that's a very important point. I think it's important to keep also in mind that it's never about the glass ceiling. So please don't be kind of caught in that cliche of breaking the glass ceiling. You should look beyond the glass ceiling to see the sky above, and the thing important to reach the sky rather than to be feel that you're enclosed by any glass ceiling. The theme of the convention today is leveling up, and I think it's crucial to look at all the implications of this phrase, which is being used off and on in the working world. Let's briefly look at some overall figures before we touch a little more on the topic. A recent Deloitte survey of 5,000 women globally and individually within countries indicated there were 3 top concerns for women in the workplace. In India, 59% of the women surveyed felt concerned about women's rights. Now, this means that women are much more aware of their rights than they were earlier, and 59% felt concerned that it could also mean that 59% did not feel confident enough that their rights were not impinged upon. This is something I think important to think about. 59% of women surveyed also were afraid of financial security, or rather the lack of financial security, and 57% were worried about their mental and physical health. Now, these are not good numbers. I think the Justice also mentioned this issue of mental and physical hampering of women in the workplace. And I think it's important that we weave these aspects into how we function in our everyday life. In terms of theory, as we said before, we know that women have equality and have been guaranteed by the Constitution. And we also have a fairly robust legal system, thanks to the protections and judgments of people like Justice Srimati, who have ensured that certain things are protected for women. But on the whole, continues to be a very worrying situation. So leveling up is not just for women, but for organizations also. They have to level up to look out for the well-being of women who work in their offices, whether it's to do with things like sexual harassment, or much more subtle gender bias that is very subtly, still very much in existence in many corporates and offices across the country. It must be mentioned that very often, while there is no outward discrimination, as in terms of HR policies, sexism often exists in more subtle ways. For instance, there could be a gender bias that can be expressed in conversations, or there's a lack of sensitivity in addressing the domestic situation of women, such as childcare in terms of what they can do and the hours that they need to spend on their work. There could also be a stereotype of women who succeed, and they're generally disliked more than a man who would be regarded in the same place. As Margaret Atwood, the writer, said, a powerful man is seen as a born leader, but a powerful woman is seen as an anomaly. So more than anything, to have men accountable for such attitudes is important. And I think it's important for gender policies, for HR departments in offices to recognize how important it is to recast some of these subtle prejudices and work consciously towards overcoming this so that women are made to feel better in the workplace. Leveling up for women also implies a special organizational effort, as I'm saying, to help upskill women, especially in areas like new technology, which will help foster better productivity for companies. It means allowing women in organizations to grow, to support their specific issues, to allow them to move beyond their comfort zones and to provide them with the instruments and the tools that they need to progress. I'd like to add that leveling up for men should also mean leveling up to see women in a more positive light, to change their own attitudes towards gender. And there's no question of leveling up for women that can be harder, given that her own and society's expectations. Having said this, I urge every woman manager here to level up to her own expectations of herself. Challenging gender stereotyping in the workplace enhances the belief in yourself and your capabilities. And you have to push back against any resistance to your growth, whether it's at home or in the office. Please never be apologetic or timid and stand your ground. And when you see unfair and unjust practices around you, please speak out your truth. It's never easy, but it's usually really all about recognizing who you are and rewarding your own self and working hard and making sure that people recognize the sacrifices and the hard work that you put into every situation. I'm sure everyone here has an experience of things that they encounter both at home and in the workplace. Some of these things cannot be articulated, but I urge you to recognize it within yourselves and feel that leveling up is not only about yourself, but to level up with your peers and make sure your peers understand, whether it's men or women, what really needs to be done at the right place at the right time. It's also important to see especially opportunities in the workplace as a chance to continuously learn and enhance your skills and capabilities. Never be afraid to learn new things and be afraid to talk about that which you don't understand. Because I find that women often feel overawed, especially by technology, and feel, that I don't understand this, so better not say anything. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking a few questions, and so what people think about you should never matter anyway. So please do forge ahead, learn new things, and at every micro level, you must be confident. You are leveling up and you are changing life for yourself and for people around you. So please be confident of that. I encourage you to form coalitions and networks among yourselves so that, you can grow to greater heights and make sure, because there's no society that will be vibrant unless women are really equal partners along with men. So I wish everyone here a very, very happy convention, and I hope that you'll have a wonderful day today. And thank you very much again for the opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Nirmala Lakshman, for that thought-provoking address indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we had fabulous speeches now. Time for us to honor the guests that have taken the time off to be here today. May I request Ms. Mridula Ramesh and President MMA to step forward. About the life of the judicial officer and what all you go through. It's been a real revelation for all of us. Thank you so much for that. And of course, Ms. Nirmala Lakshman gave a very, very stern message, not only women, Men also level up, ma'am. That's why we have some men here today to listen to you. They also level up. This requires a big round of applause, not this silence. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Phenomenal messages there to carry back this morning. Mr. Shankar is Senior Vice President MMA. May I have his ABPs?
Mr. V. Shankar, Senior Vice President, MMA, is a distinguished graduate of IIT Madras and an MBA holder from IIM Calcutta. He founded Computer Age Management Services, CAMS, in 1988, revolutionizing the Indian mutual fund industry with a stock exchange-like platform. Under his leadership, CAMS became India's largest company in its domain, boasting a market share of about 70% and gaining global recognition. Active in public investing and fostering entrepreneurship, he has earned accolades such as the Entrepreneur of the Year by Chennai and Distinguished Alumnus Awards from both IIT Madras and IIM Calcutta.
May I now invite Mr. Shankar to propose the word of thanks.
Good morning. The first line of every vote of thanks always starts with, "It is indeed my privilege to deliver this vote of thanks." But once in a long while, there comes a session where it is actually a privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. And today is that. Today is that. Two outstanding addresses. Honorable Mrs. Justice Srimati, thank you, ma'am. You started by saying you're nervous. You were not nervous. Your address was courageous. It imparted courage to the young women over here and all over. Thank you. Nirmala Lakshman, thank you so much for that outstanding speech. You talked about stubbornness, confidence, and faith. I suppose they are, in a sense, other side of the coin to what Justice Srimati said. But when I look at the audience here, I see all of this. I see confidence. I see faith. I see courage. I see all of it. So I guess this address is really meant for people outside this room. Please propagate this message to people who are not here, right? They need this the most. Sharanya Modi has been a linchpin of this conference, of architecting this conference. Thank you very much. Truly appreciate it. Many of our distinguished guest speakers have actually traveled from all over India. Not easy to get together a team of speakers like that. I, of course, thank the speakers, but more importantly, I now start by thanking Mridula Ramesh. Mridula, anything you touch, truly, anything you touch turns to gold. This conference has the beginnings of something fantastic. Thank you very much. My thanks to distinguished past presidents of MMA, managing committee members headed by Mr. Mahalingam. Mr. Mahalingam, as many people have mentioned, is a social network all by himself. All you need to know is Mahalingam and you know the professional community in India. Thank you, Malik. Padmaja, you always start us off on such a beautiful note. Thank you for that invocation. Ultimately, it's the delegates that make the conference. The speakers can speak, but unless you delegates take away something from it, it has not been a successful conference. And I can see from your faces that you are taking away from the first two sessions and you will absorb the messages that will come for the rest of the session. So thank you for coming. My thanks for all the sponsors for providing the attractive gift hampers, the registration kit, and so on. The last and biggest round of thanks has to go to our secretariat and to our group captain Vijay Kumar. You know, putting together even one conference is a major task. In the last 1 month, we've had our annual convention. We've had the Mr. Chandrasekharan took away the Business Leadership Award, which was a fantastic gala function. And on the heels of that, he's managed to run such a successful women's convention. Congratulations, sir. And thank you, Venkat. Thank you, the entire MMA team. I wish all of you here a great conference, a great session, and great takeaways from this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shankar. And before we break for tea, one more announcement. Mr. Shankar supports MMA in a big way in having the CSR activities for the government and government-aided schools, along with Mr. Sitaraman of Super Out of Words. Thank you so much, Mr. Shankar, for that. And happy to announce that we have some teachers, the real representation of Nari Shakti from these government-aided schools, attending the program here. Thank you, all of you, for joining us today. Now, time for us to break for tea. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have much time, 15-20 minutes. Should be back in the hall about 10:35, if possible. Yeah. So, as I told you before, once again, I'll remind you, we have the lucky gift, lucky draw, where we have some lucky winners winning some gift hampers now. So, that will be at around 10:40. So, please be back. And once again, it is only for the people who are available in the hall. Let's break for a quick cup of tea and be back. Thank you so much.